Howdy. How's all my friends out there in YouTube land today? Merry Christmas to everybody. I see that we've got a whole bunch of folks that strolled into the chat room here. We got Blue Paradise, we got Jewel.
Land today.
And let me kill
Merry
that because I don't need to hear myself echoing. There we go. I'm not on the ball tonight, folks. I've been sick. I've had strep throat. Now it's trying to go into bronchitis. So, you'll have to bear with me because I'm not hitting on all cylinders tonight. But we'll get back here to the chat room. We got Blue Paradise. We got Jewel. Death Warrant 2 Gaming in the house. And let's see. Who else we got down here? Lil Babby J is in the house. So it looks like we got a few. Lenny's come in. Good to see you in there. I hope everybody's having a nice Christmas. Bound to be better than mine. I've laid around sick now for 3 days. And hopefully this will be gone before New Year's. My goodness gracious. This is not any fun, and I do not recommend it. But everybody's got family obligations and stuff tonight, or they've been called into work, the ones that I've asked to be on the panel. So you're stuck with just me. It's just Brenda out here tonight, and I'm going to try to do a little painting, I think. I've got this ink dye. It is a form of alcohol ink, but it's more pigmented. And I like it because it's brighter, and it's a lot of fun to work with. You see here on my desk a little floral thing that I worked on on some Yupo earlier today, and it's drying nicely. I thought the pigments on that looked real nice. And so I'm going to play around with that a little bit here tonight. And I've also got some acetate back here that I'm probably going to play with a little bit too. And see, it reminds me a lot of Yupo. So we may mess with that a little bit. But I drew out a design here on a piece of Yupo. Kind of a stained glass type design. And I thought I might go with that with a little bit of this ink dye. And I treat it like an alcohol ink. I use alcohol ink to thin it. And it just takes a dab. I mean a dab. What I was doing with it earlier today is just putting a drop of it on my palette. So for instance, get the palette up here. I just use a little Ziploc bag thing, and I just put a drop down, and I've got a little bit of alcohol ink here, and I'll show you how I mess with this stuff. Move the mouse out of the way here, get my little drawing out here, and I've got these micro brushes. I mean, they're little teeny tiny things. Look at that. Just a little teeny tiny brush. Let's say we have a few more that strolled in. I'm going to be trying to watch the chat and work at the same time. I'm not got anybody here to do anything for me tonight. So you have to bear with me. But I'll say hey to Deborah May. I'll say hey to Mr. Splashman. Killer Santa in the house. Glad to have all of you with me. And remember that this works the same way as it always does. You want to sub to each other, sub up and sub down. Stay subbed. And support each other, for crying out loud. You know, ring the bell and get notifications. I don't know what's wrong with my notifications today. I have not received one notification from YouTube today. So I know I'm missing a whole lot of you and missing stuff that's going on, but there has not been one notification roll in here today. I have no clue as to what is up with that. So I don't know if YouTube's up to their tricks again or what's going on, because I haven't changed nothing. But you can always leave me a comment if you want me to get over there and check out something you've got on your channel. I'd be happy to try to do that for you. And in the meantime, we'll wait for YouTube to get their act together. Faith Abounds at Melody Acres. Merry Christmas to you. JD Knight in the house. So anyway, y'all sub up and sub down here while I try to do a little painting and talk amongst yourselves and wish each other Merry Christmas and all that stuff. But when you sub, stay subbed and support each other as much as you possibly can. That's what this is about. We're trying to build a YouTube community here. Now, first thing I do is I'm going to dip this little micro brush in the alcohol. And that thins the paint down just a little bit. And you saw it, is all I put was a drop of that paint on there. And I will not need any more of this color paint for this project. I guarantee. I put it around the edges of my design first, where I want it to be the darkest. And just lay it right in there along the edges of my lines. This is the magenta color of this ink dye. I like these little micro brushes because they're fine-tuned for what I'm doing. I'm not trying to cover a big old area with them, just a little bit. We just go right around the lines. Okay? And I'm going to have to pay attention to the chat here a little bit. Get some stuff going through. I believe in ghosts is in the house. Happy Ray's in the house. Steph's Day Off's in the house. It's me, Brian, in the house. Merry Christmas to all y'all. Hope you're having a good holiday. I hope it finds you healthy. Now, I'm going to wipe my brush off a little bit. You see all the paint that comes off that brush, and you wipe it off some? Then I'm going to go back in and I'm going to get a little more alcohol on it. And just lay it in there. And see how it just picks up that ink. It'll be lighter to the inside of the design. Or it just wets it down. It just draws off of it. That is some deeply pigmented ink right there. And any place you want to make it a little lighter, you just take that alcohol and just dab it. And it lightens it right up. If you wanted to make it a little darker, you pick up a little more of the ink and dab it on there. And I just take my brush and I just stipple it, pat it up and down on my design. Soften my lines up a little bit. Pick up a little more alcohol. Now I'm going to need just a little bit more paint, just a tad. It's starting to dry some. See how that goes? Just dot them leaves a little bit. Some of my lines are a little harsh, so I'm going to rake them out a little bit. And then some I'd like to be just a little bit darker. So we'll pick up just a little more of that dye. Put a little more shadowing in right there between the petals. There we go. Put a little definition on the petals. Okay, now I'll take another look here at this chat room, see what's going on. Ghost Crow is in the house. Hey, I'm going to give you a present for Christmas. Type something. Going to get you the other day and missed it. And I think I got it now. There you go. Merry Christmas, Zoom. Let's see, who all I miss coming in here? Let's say Ghost Crow Gamer. I believe in ghosts. Fiona Jane, Killer Santa, Divine Craft Divas. Now, which one is it? Is it Ray or is it Emily? You use that name. I don't know which one I'm talking to. Sarah is in the house. Good to have you in there. Merry Christmas to you too, Sierra. Hasn't been a very good one for me. I've been sick as a dog. Lord have mercy. I haven't been sick in over 7 years. And I let some things get to me this week and wear me down and attack my immune system. And I have been a mess. And that won't never happen again. I guarantee it. Now we're going to come in with a little of this color. This is called Soft Beige. And use a little bit of alcohol with that. Lighten that up some. Lay a little bit of that up around the edges up here. I've seen all kinds of painting with alcohol inks. And you can do freehand stuff with them, but you can also draw pictures with them. So this is just kind of a little demonstration on what can be done with the alcohol ink. I think it's a lot of fun to play with. This is more of a dye, though, than an ink. But it still behaves an awful lot like the alcohol inks. I do my outline, and then I shade in my area with it. And if at any time you don't particularly like whatever lines you got laid in there, you can always add a little more alcohol and change them up some. These make really pretty greeting cards. It's all hand painted. Something different that, you know, you can't buy them in a store like this. It's all mass produced stuff. You go to the store. This way they have something special that you've created yourself. But you could do pretty close to the same thing with your alcohol inks that you've got. I know most people have gone out and invested in alcohol ink. At this point, Santa might have brought you some for Christmas. Take another look over here and see what's going on with the chat room. Tosh Time in the house. Say hey to you. African Life One World Fashions in the house. Good to have you with us this evening. Got Lois Ann Therapy Gardening in the house. Glad y'all dropped in. Watch me do a little bit of painting here this evening. Remember, everybody, sub to each other. Build your channels up. Once you sub, stay subbed. Be sure to support each other. Get in there and leave comments on videos and smash the like button. Smash my like button while you're at it tonight. That can be your Christmas present to me. Get in here and get this background covered. You see how far just a drop of ink will go? I might need just a touch more of that, but maybe not. No, looks like that's gonna get the background on it right there. All right. Now, what else is going on up here? Laura, Rona, I hope I pronounced that correctly, in the house. AKA Our Life in the house. Hello to you. H Top Skills in the house. Checking to make sure that I haven't missed anybody. Looks like I got everybody. Laura Crow in the house. Good to have you all out there. I hope I didn't miss anybody. If I did, well, Merry Christmas to you. Trying to do this on the fly by myself here tonight. I'm busier than a one-armed paper hanger. Now this color is called Clover. So we'll put just a drop of that down there. Because we got some leaves and stuff that we need to paint up a little bit. There again, I'm going to get some alcohol on the brush. Just lay just a track of that down. Come in around the edges of the leaf. I did miss one part of that brown, didn't I? We'll have to go back and get a little bit of it. So if you want it a little bit darker, you just come in with a little more of it and darken it up a little bit. If you want it lighter than that, then you pick up a little alcohol and lighten it up. Yeah, matter of fact, I see a couple places I need to hit with that brown tan color. Be nice if I got it up here where you could see what I was doing, wouldn't it? I just color it in with that micro brush right there in the area that I'm trying to lay it in, and go around my edges first. Now let's see what's going on back here at the chat room again. I think I got everything approved that needed to go through there. Yeah, I know, Sierra. I'm bad at that. I like to work close to my body, and that tends not to get in the in the camera realm. The fact that I'm not feeling 100% ain't helping either. I'm trying not to cough. Do you see how I'm doing that? I mean, this is pretty easy stuff right here. Once you get the materials, the rest of it's gravy. This is Yupo. I got the Yupo from Amazon. And the ink dyes I got from Welburn Gourd Farms. Microbrushes came from them as well, I think. You just tone that ink to whatever tone you want it, darker or lighter. Just lay it in there. And then, whoops, get it around here. This is a little piece of leaf right up in here too. We'll get that colored in. And then I want to go back and pick up a little bit more of that beige. Get these two spots that I missed. Oh, that was way too much. It's enough to paint the house with. Oh, Lord. Thank you, Tosh Time. My brass is spinning. Now, see, this went out just a little bit. That's because of the alcohol. So what we're going to do is we're going to water that down right there a little bit with some more alcohol. Take a little of that green out of there. Every time I take the green out, then I wipe my brush off over here to pull that out. Now I'm going to come back with a little bit of this tan, and I'm going to touch that area up. Beige, I guess they're calling it. We'll stipple that in right there a little bit. Now, I got these two areas here that I missed with the beige, so we're going to get them right now. Lay that right in alongside that stem and leaf. Darken this part up over here just a little bit, since I've got that much of the dye out on the palette. Might as well use some of it. Beige is the background there of the stained glass area. Darken this up just a touch. Well, thank you, Brian. I appreciate that. Take a little gander there at the chat room once in a while, see what's going on. And then I see up there on my leaf that it lightened up a tad on me, and I want it a little darker. So we're going to pick up a little more of that green and come right up there around the edge of that. This is the time to touch things up and get them the way you want them. And I'd like to lay in just a little bit more in the vein on those leaves, around the base of my flower. There we go. All right. Now we've got the inside of the flower to do, and we'll have her painted. And I think, let's see, what have I got here? I've got this sunflower color. I'll put a drop of that over there on my palette. So that's a little drop of it. That's all I use. Take my same micro brush. I'll wipe it off good. Get it in that color. I'm just going to lay that on the inside of it. Give a little Yellow center to the flower. Just dabbing it in my area. And there it is. There it is, all painted. Thank you, Ghost. Yep, we're all friends here, and we all get along. Won't be no fussing in my chat room now. This is a drama-free zone. I'm in the drama-free bubble. Oh, thank you, Jewel. Bless your heart. Bo Star in the house. Steph's day off in the house. Miss Ariana's in the house. I hope I ain't missed none of you. If I did, type your name down here, and I'll see you, and I'll say, hey. We got JD Night 7 in the house. Deborah May in the house. Laura Rona, I think I said hey to you earlier, but I'll say it again. Good to have you all with me this evening. I hope you enjoyed me painting this little flower with these dye inks. It says right there on the bottle, ink dye. I don't know if you can make that out, if it'll focus on it or not, but it says ink dye right there on the bottle. There's 10 of them in a pack of this. And it's called Gourd Master dye, and it's specifically made to use on gourds because of the yellow pigmentation of the skin of the gourd. So they want it really pigmented for that, but it's great for any kind of painting. And I just use alcohol to thin it. I hope you enjoying what we're doing here. Yeah, everybody smash that like button. Can you get it? No, I doubt it. I got this from Welburn Gourd Farm. So you can type it in Welburn Gourd Farm in Google. It'll bring it up for you. So I do work with gourds, and so I tend to have a lot of stuff to work on gourds with. These little micro brushes are great. They make handles for these things too, but I find they get in my way. I just like the brush by itself, and these brushes will last forever because since it's just kind of fuzzy on the end, and so they clean up real easy, and you can use them over and over again. I don't think that I've heard that one, Ghost Crow, or who was that said that? Tosh Time said that. I don't think I've heard that one. I might have, but I forgot about it. You know, see, that's what happens. You get old, you forget stuff. I forget who I am from day to day. No, I've just been sick, Stork. I've had. I woke up Saturday morning with strep throat, and my throat was bleeding, and it stopped that late last night, and now it's tried to go to my chest, and I'm afraid to laugh because it throws me into coughing fits, so I'm trying not to laugh. They make fun of me a lot, Tosh Time, because I say they're in the house. So they have a tendency to pick on me. They pick on me awful. Well, Lord have mercy, Hunter's Warrior. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And you'll get a private message from me thanking you. God love you. Happy holidays to you as well. Yes, I did get a little gift. You doing a Cabbage Patch for me out? A little dancing. Thank you all so very much. I'm glad to have you out there with me. I see it is me, Brian, in the house. Brian, you found your bride yet? Just catching up here, reading everything that's being said in the chat room. I know I'm missing half of it. See, you ask people to sub you all you want. The deal is, though, that you need to sub them. You sub them, they'll sub you back. I mean, it's just part of this. We're not picking on nobody here. Just, everybody just sub each other. If you got it set up right, it'll tell you right in your email who subbed you. And then if you missed them, you get in there and you sub them back. No, nobody's mean in here. So, if anybody's mean, I'll take care of it. There's Emily. Then I take it that the one using your Diva account must be Ray. Oh, Tosh, bless your heart. Thank you so very much. Yeah, what? Wandering with Sadie. Boy, I tell you what, Sadie, I'd have to get better to die. This has been the most horrible stuff. I haven't been sick in over 7 years, and I'm making up for it. This has been horrible. Faith Abounds, Melody Acres in the house. I think I said that before. I'm not sure. I forget things. I forget my name. Well, bless your heart, Tosh. You will get a special thank you from me. I go back in my account and I thank everybody personally for things like that. Thank you, Ghost. Yeah, everybody needs to show love and support. Smash the button. Let me know that you like what I'm doing here. I'm not since I'm not feeling well. I'm not really prepared for doing the show tonight. I'm usually more prepared than this. I could probably do some more painting. I've got some more stuff up here. I've got these. Well, my mind is a mess. Let's look at this. Vellum. That's what I was trying to think of. I got vellum up here. We can add a little more paint. Do a little painting on this. This is going to be freehand, though. I haven't got a design on this one. But when I'm doing freehand, I start out by laying out the paint. I love to do flowers because I love nature. And I know a lot of people get sick of me doing flowers, but I love to do flowers. Flowers are so forgiving because nothing is perfect in nature. Petals usually have a little bit of a lacy edge to them, so I like to come in and lace up the edges of them a little bit. Pick up a little alcohol and lighten it some. Wherever you want to make definition between the petals, you make it darker. And with a little practice, it doesn't take very long to lay out a pretty floral design with this stuff. And then wipe it down just a little bit. Pick up a little more alcohol. Come in with a little green because they usually have a little green at the base. And then you got a stem that comes down. Darken up the leaf a little bit. Come over here on this side. Lay in another piece of the leaf. And that's how easy it is to do this. See, and then you could come in with a rubber stamp or something and stamp a sentiment on the bottom of it. And that's how simple it is to do these. Take a little of this brown, come in here on the base of it a little bit, maybe around the edge of the leaf, add a little shadow. Maybe a little shadow down here on the bottom. Give a little dimension. And that's how simple this is. So there you go. Got those two painted right here on the show for you. Say, who all did I miss coming in there? Black Mountainside's in there. Good to have you with us. I'm sorry my voice is so scratchy. I'm lucky to have a voice at all after what my throat's been through the last 3 days. Y'all make sure you get subbed up here. Smash the like button for me. Oh, did I miss one? Well, God love you. Thank you for telling me that. AKA Our Life sent me another donation. Well, Lord have mercy. I will be sending thank yous to anybody. If I missed anybody else, you will get a thank you because I check all that after the show. And I'll be sending out thank yous to everybody. It's greatly appreciated. I don't expect anybody to donate, but I am a widow on a fixed income. So, yes, I appreciate every nickel. Good to see everybody subbing. Now I want to know that everybody is supporting each other too. Get out there and support each other. Like each other's videos, leave comments. When you can, go to live streams. Even if you can't stay in the live stream, as long as you leave a message there, say, hey, can't stay, just wanted to say hey to you. Wish you Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, whatever. Look out, Bob Ross, huh? The happy flowers. Oh. Sadie's World's in the house. Well, Sadie, I can't speak for the rest of them, and I've been sick as a dog. That's what I got for Christmas was strep throat and bronchitis. Now, don't forget, y'all check your email when it's over, because if you got it set up right, it sends you email messages and lets you know who all sub to you. Double check and make sure that you're sub. I don't know what is up with this YouTube thing. There have been people that I know I've sub to, and all of a sudden I'm not sub to them anymore. So beats me. I mean, I always sub it again. And now today I'm not getting notifications on nothing. I don't know what in the world's going on. I know people put videos out today. I figured it'd be a little slow because of Christmas, but I know that not everybody sat there not doing anything on YouTube. Yeah, Steph says it happens to her too. This is the first time that's happened to me. So I don't know what's up with that. Maybe it'll start back up tomorrow. Oh, Divine Craft Divas needs 13 more to hit 150. So if you haven't subbed them, sub up. Well, Sadie, me and you in the same boat then. We could share the sick bed, I guess. Excuse me. Let me get a drink here. I'm just hoping it don't go from bronchitis to pneumonia. Yeah, they have been messing with it a lot lately, and they need to cut it out. They're making a mess. Well, you know, Ghost, if they would focus on the things that they ought to focus on and leave the rest of us alone, that would be great. There's been a lot of them complaining about getting their videos demonetized too. A bunch of those videos cropped up over the weekend. Did any of you have any more questions about the ink dye that I used? But you see, there's the palette. I had 1 drop of the pink. I had 1 drop of the green. I ended up with 2 drops of the tan beige color. And you see, I used about all that. There's the yellow drop that I used, and most of that's still there. So it don't take but just a teeny tiny minute amount of it. Well, thank you, Emily. Just reading the chat here. I know I'm being quiet, but thank you, Tosh. I appreciate that. Yeah, I used rubbing alcohol. I put a little rubbing alcohol in the cap. That's what I used to cut the dye with. Yes, I do have PayPal, Brian, and the PayPal link is on my banner on my channel. See the little P there in the corner of the banner? That's the PayPal link. It also has my Etsy store listed there too. Finally figured out how to get all that stuff up there last week. I've only been on YouTube for over a year and a half. I'm technically challenged. Well, thank you. I appreciate that, Ariana. I hope I get to feeling better too. The way I felt today, I'd have to get better to die. this is nasty. I wouldn't wish this. Well, I don't know. might be one or two people. But yeah, these are nice for greeting cards, or you can put them in journals. You know, whatever you want to do with them. I usually just use them on greeting cards, paint this stuff up. There's the one where I was playing with it earlier today, just checking the pigment and stuff on it. Now that'll get cut up and put on something. But I thought the pigments really came out bold. Well, I think the bleeding finally stopped, but now the infection's trying to move to bronchial tubes. That's what I'm fighting now. Now I don't expect anybody, Avakin, to send me money. That's not required. You all just being here is thanks enough. Hit the like button. Maybe go to some of my videos, give me some views, leave some comments. You know, just making friends. That's what I'm after. Yeah, you could frame them up, make a series, you know, and frame them up, make a collage. You put them in shadow boxes. There are a lot of different things you could do with them. I have not messed with tea today. I've been doing broth. Broth has a little more vitamins to it, and so I've been trying to do the broth routine today. That and pushing the vitamin C, antibiotics. uh, Good to have you out there, Faith. Glad you could come in and join us. Yeah, I hear you, Ghost. Uh, I mean, you know, it's always appreciated. Somebody wants to give me a tip, and you know, these craft supplies cost money, so you know, it's always helpful. Good to have Shelly Carlson in the house. Ghost, you got more than that, don't you? And subs over on your channel. If you listen, if y'all haven't subbed to Ghost, you need to get over there. Ghost Crow Gamer, get over there and sub to him. Lord have mercy. I'm amazed that channel hasn't blown off the charts. You talk about a fellow with a big heart. You need a friend in your corner. You need Ghost Crow. Yeah, he get out of jail free. I can't imagine anybody put him in jail. They put him in jail. They had me to fight. I may be sick, but I could hurt somebody. Yep, Emily, she's building her channel, and oh gosh, I'm trying to think of the name of it. That's how muddled my mind is right now. Emily, type the name of your other channel in there so they can get sub to it. Array, type something in there. It's Divas, something Divas, Divine Divas. They're building that channel too. Hard enough to build one channel, let alone two at the same time. Well, Jewel, that's the thing. As you build your channel and you're helping everybody else at the same time, you know, you're making friendships and you got strong supporters of your channel. That's what it's about, getting support system going here. Divine Craft Divas, that's her other channel. So you got Divine Craft Divas and Emily Walda, both right there together in the chat. So, you know, sub to those two. Those girls are working their tails off trying to get their channels built up. Well, you are perfectly welcome, Ghost. Anything I can do to help you, I'm more than willing to do. Swapping spit would be out of the question right now with me being sick, but you know, other than that. I'm just hanging here letting everybody get subbed to each other. So get her done. Okay, Ghost says I will be doing a live stream soon. Please write on my latest upload, just even type 1 so I can do a shout out for your channel. So get over there to Ghost Crow's channel if you need a shout out. Joe's in the house. Hey, Joe. I didn't make it to your live stream today because I didn't get the notification, honey. I noticed later when I was messing with YouTube that there was a new one up on your channel, so I went over there and watched it. And left you a comment and a like on it. But for some reason, my notifications ain't working today. I've been sitting here doing some painting. This is my regular Monday night live. But everybody that I asked to come on the panel with me tonight was either in a family thing or working or what have you. So I'm winging it by myself. What'd you get, Emily? You gonna make me jelly? And Joe, he's wanting to know. He's been doing a Sunday vlog for Christmas, and now Christmas is over. So he wants to know what everybody wants him to call his Sunday show. I think it should be Window Peeking with Joe, or it could be Joe runs from the popo. But see, I didn't offer that because Joe don't like to take my advice. Got a wood burner, cool. Now you can get you some wood and go to burning like I do Did you see the one that I did last night? I did a show last night with this one that I painted. I burnt that design in the wood and then I painted it up and posted the video on YouTube. The Celtic fish. I gotta take that back in the utility room where I do my varnishing. Put some varnish to it. I mean, Joe, see, you got to go by the law of probabilities if you want people to watch your videos. And the way it works is the probability of being watched is in direct proportion to the stupid things you do. See, that's how I get YouTube views. So if you do them about Joe runs from the popo, you know, and everybody tune in to watch that. Shoot, I'd probably watch it twice. Well, maybe they're not getting the notifications, Joe. I'd have been there today if I got the notification of it. So what I did when I figured that out is I went over to your channel and I unsubbed and resubbed and rang the bell again. And so we'll see if it goes to working out. Hopefully I don't have to do that with everybody on my list. But I did not get one notification today. Not nary one. Yeah, if they have private accounts, Black Mountain, you're right. If they have private accounts, you won't see who subbed. And I've never really understood that private account thing. I mean, maybe it's because, you know, I'm above board here. You know, I ain't got nothing to hide from nobody. So everything I do is public. Yeah, Tanya Smith said she hasn't had any either. Yeah, Shelly, I know. You know, when they go private, if you need to unsub and resub to them, you're not getting the notification. So, you know, how do you find them to be able to do that? That private thing, I don't get it. Yeah, I don't know. Those if you have a private account, then they wouldn't see you as being, you know, on their sub list. Yeah, yeah, it's called hiding, and I don't get it. I don't understand that. My little brain cells don't go that direction. You know, I ain't got nothing to hide. Why in the world you need to hide on YouTube? What kind of a life you living? Okay, Jewel. Bring me some orange juice on your way back. If I drink any more orange juice, I'm gonna turn orange. Look like a carrot. Shelly says she wants to do a giveaway for her 100 and only 50 listed. Yeah. Now, here's the thing. If you're using Nightbot, which I don't like Nightbot, you know, so I know there's people that do like it. I don't like it. But if you're using Nightbot and you do a giveaway, it will pick from everybody that's subbed to your channel, both private and public, because it can see the private ones, but you can't. Just saying. I don't like Nightbot. I think it's hard to navigate. I think it's hard to set up, but that's because I'm technically challenged. For those of you who don't have problems with technology, you might want to use Nightbot on your channels. It's a bot, it's a wrench. You set it up for however you want it set up, but I had issues when I took a look at it, and I knew other people that put it on their channels and had problems with it and had to disconnect it. So just saying, just throwing it out there for you, because I know there's some of you that you're really great about the technology part of it. I'm not one of you. What, Ariana, that you're technically challenged? I'm horrible with technology. Man, oh man. People wonder how in the world I even got on YouTube. Yeah, that's true. But then you need to see the number going up for your views too. And if people aren't getting notifications, they're not viewing your videos. Is all you're going to get is maybe sometimes somebody wonders, you know, well, what happened to them? They fall off the planet and go over to your channel to see if you put anything new up and see that you got some videos and watch them. Or you have somebody that stumbles over you in a search. So, you know, the notification thing is pretty important. Got Laura Crow in that house. Excuse me. Just kind of reading over this. Well, it looks like everybody's pretty much got themselves subbed to each other. So I think I'm going to shut her down. I've been on here just a little over an hour. And I got my paintings done, showed you how this ink works, this ink dye. And, you know, I'm going to pour some more fluids and see if I can't get well. And if my notifications go to work, and I'll see you on your live streams. You know, I don't know how to fix it. So if somebody comes up with an idea, you know, send me a private message or something, or comment on one of my videos, tell me how to fix it so the notifications start coming in again. Because I haven't done anything to change it on my end. I don't know what's up with that. So I'm going to let you all go, and hope you had a wonderful Christmas. Hope you have a fantastic New Year. I'll try to put some videos out this week if I get to feeling a little bit better. And with all that being said, be good to each other. And remember, Brenda's crafty. Be like Brenda. Bye, y'all.